Hello and welcome to another GTA 6 source where we are dissecting, analyzing, zooming all the way in and noticing all the little details of the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer number 2. We have seen so much in this trailer already. We've met our two main characters, Jason and Lucia. We've met some of their friends. We've met some of their enemies. We've seen them do things. We've seen them do crimes. We've seen them in jail. We've seen them out of jail. We've seen so much so far, and there's still so much to see. What's very interesting about this next clip that we're going to talk about is that it sort of breaks the pace of the trailer. This trailer has been very interestingly paced. If we want to remember way back at the beginning, there were sort of these small vignettes, these little scenes of Jason as he collected money. It started out very slowly with Jason fixing the roof, Brian coming over chastising him about it, then Jason slowly collecting money, going around doing his business, and we heard different songs, we heard on the radio, so it was a very slow sort of start to this trailer, and then finally we meet Lucia, he picks her up from jail, and then we have Hot Together by the Pointer Sisters, and the trailer sort of is on its way to glory, and it just sort of speeds off into the sunset until this moment. This moment in the trailer is quite unique in that pretty much all the action stops, and we are met with a very entertaining commercial of AMMU. We love AMMU. This, of course, is the long-time gun store in the Grand Theft Auto universe, and a very interesting character pops up here, one that fans of GTA Vice City will be more than familiar with. So just taking a straight look at what we're seeing here, it is a television commercial for Phil's Ammunition, and we hear a guy named Phil say, "Come to Phil's Ammunition, today we got more guns than the law allows." Now, as I said, people who have played Grand Theft Auto Vice City know, theoretically, who this is. This is most likely a version of Phil Cassidy. Phil Cassidy, of course, was the gun nut from GTA Vice City, which, of course, is set in the 1980s. So it's very unlikely that this is actually that version of Phil Cassidy. One, he's much younger than he would be if he was actually an adult in the 80s. And two, and this is, keen-eyed observers will note, this guy, unlike Phil Cassidy from GTA Vice City, has both his arms. Phil Cassidy, of course, loses one of his arms in one of the missions in Vice City. This guy has both of his arms. So I think this is just some sort of, interpretation. This is a version of Phil. This will be our Phil Cassidy for the, HD universe. It just makes more sense that way. He looks very similar to him. He has a similar vibe. He has a lot of things going on that are very, very similar. So I think that this is sort of our version of Phil Cassidy. And of course, this is our first look at AMMU, which is, of course, a store that us players are going to be frequenting quite a bit. So that's really all we have on the television there, just showing off that there's going to be some firearms in GTA 6. Breaking news. This is incredible. And of course, we have him going crazy. We have the girls in the background. We have him shooting the guns off of the roof of his store. I think that we're in for some crazy characters in this game. Looking around in this shot, this is one of the most detailed little frames that we've seen throughout this entire trailer. It's all in the details, and we're seeing a dozen details here. Just look over here. Let's just go from left to right. Looking over here at the picture frame, it clearly, still a lot of construction going on. The picture frame on the ground here, we can see active, moving reflections from the TV in the picture frame. I mean, that's the levels of detail is incredible, and I think that it's absolutely incredible that we're seeing just everything reflected. The ray tracing, because this is active reflections are light bouncing off of a material, and that's ray tracing and all that, and we're just seeing that. It's really incredible. We're seeing the television picture reflected onto the screen, and that's just something really, really impressive. Again, just Rockstar showing off their detail here. As I said, looks like we have about a bunch of construction. We have paint cans. We have some power tools and some other things like that. Paint trays, some toolboxes and whatnot. And then, a ladder and a paint roller and all that. So still a lot of construction still going on in Jason's house. Obviously, a lot's going on there. If we look over beneath the TV, we have some sort of game console. There's also a controller on the coffee table. It looks very much like something of a PlayStation 6 kind of looking thing. It's very much modeled after what the current PlayStation 5 looks like. So, this is sort of the Rockstar in-game universe version of PlayStation 6. The controller actually looks like a DualShock 4 controller from the PlayStation 4 as opposed to the DualSense from the PlayStation 5. So that's just, combining different styles. Right in the foreground, we can see these two beer bottles. This looks like it's another bottle of Lavazza. We've talked about that in other videos. But look at the bubbles. Condensation on the glass. Can it get any more detailed, and can the details get any more ridiculous? It's absolutely incredible to see just that little amount of, there's some fizz in the bottle. We can see refraction coming off of the neck of the bottle. There's just so many little things that are so impressive and so incredible to see. And it's stuff that if it wasn't there, it wouldn't have broken the scene. It would not have made it worse. It's just that we're seeing this attention to detail. This is what Rockstar does best. Those little details, the attention to detail is second to none. We have a stack of, looks like DVDs or movies or, games or something there. We have some flip-flops. It's just such a natural little scene. It's so normal, it's so normal, it's so regular, it's so beautiful. You see the light outside, we have wildlife outside, we have some seagulls, one that flies away. There's just so much action going on in every single scene that we've seen. Every single scene has just 1,000 things. If you look beyond what's in front of you, it's just, there's so much detail, there's so much activity, there's so many things that is just, it's just jam-packed. We have a towel hanging over the railing there. We have an umbrella. We have another seagull. There's just so much going on, and it's just jam-packed with these details. It's really, really incredible, and to see it just in an almost throwaway scene like this, it's entertaining, and we're seeing such an interesting pace change, so now we're going to slow it down. We go on to the next little shot here. We have Lucia coming home. She's wearing the orange high-vis vest of LDC, so Leonida Department of Corrections. It looks like she's coming home from probably community service that we saw earlier in the trailer, her picking up trash on the side of the road. Look at this. Look at the lighting coming in from the window, these sort of God rays. We love to see stuff like that. Really incredible. We see a little more of Jason's house. Again, the construction going on in the background. We have some, tarps laid on the floor, but we can also see some of the interior decorating, some portraits on the wall, some paintings on the wall, other things like that. We have those controllers on the coffee table. There's the beer. There's a, ashtray and lighter, things like that. Lucia throws her keys into. This is just a very lovely little scene. Obviously, this is likely a cutscene. Unlikely that this is actually gameplay. So a cutscene that we're seeing probably after Lucia does her, trash pickup mission. This will be the cutscene that we see. We can see her ankle monitor still on her ankle there. And then she lays on Jason, and, they're just having a good time. Some people have made some to-do about the fact that the couch cushions compress when Lucia gets on them. That's very exciting. That was in GTA 5, but that's just sort of that attention to detail. It's not going away. It's going to be improved. It's those little things. This is a really incredible little scene that shows a lot of details. A lot of impressive little moments like this can add up to a lot of different things. We can see a lot more. We can see this sort of loft space above the door. We can see back into the bedroom again. Again, it's just so many little details that add up to an incredible amount of density and so much incredible lighting and so many incredible little things. It's really impressive to see. So this is an interesting scene. Not too much to talk about other than that we are now confirming that, AMMU Nation is back, as if there would be any question that it would be. And it's interesting that they decided to sort of stop the trailer for this. This is somewhat of a complete tonal change, because after this, the trailer picks right back up. So it just sort of, it makes us remind us that this is a story about characters. This is a story about these two people, and we're going to see a lot of character moments. We're going to see a lot of moments of them together, working together, being together, just relaxing together, and I think that that's what this sort of, slowdown in pace is showing us, is that these characters come first, even in their quiet moments. That's what this game is going to be about. So that's really all there is in this scene. It was a quick 1-2 shot, but it was interesting to take a moment and appreciate the complete slowdown in the trailer. We were moving really, really fast. We were doing one shot after another, just so many quick little clips, and now we're just slowing down for a minute. And it's really interesting to see something like that. There's a lot of intention in this trailer. It's a really well-designed trailer for a lot of different things. This might show us the relationship between these two characters. This is a game about these two characters. This is going to be a character-heavy game, and I can't wait for it. So, what else did I miss? Comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.